We're going to begin now with a closer look at the critical issue of testing for COVID. So far, the U.S. has completed 5.4 million tests, but experts say that number will have to rise dramatically up to 20 million a day before we can fully open the economy. And yesterday, the White House laid out guidelines for states to ramp up testing to 2% of the U.S. population each month. We're joined now by the official in charge of the White House testing effort, Admiral Giroir. Welcome back to GMA, Admiral. Thank you for joining us this morning. There is a strong consensus out there that we're going to need lots of testing to reopen, but critics are saying the White House guidelines don't go far enough, that you need mandates, a national strategy, more funding. Here's what Senator Patty Murray had to say overnight. She says your plan doesn't set specific minimum goals, offer a time frame, identify ways to fix our broken supply chain, or offer any details whatsoever on expanding lab capacity or achieving needed manufacturing capacity. What's your response to Senator Murray?
Well, my response is the blueprint we did yesterday was meant to outline the roles and responsibilities as well as the core objectives of a testing and rapid response program. I guess Senator Murray just does not understand the details of what we're doing on a state-by-state basis. Our team has contacted and are working with every single state, D.C., Puerto Rico, to define really the specifics of what that state needs according to their state reopening plan. And the 2% really is sort of a minimum floor. There are many states that want to do 4%, 6%, 8% every month. We have the supply chains figured out. We know what we can supply the states, so we really are much more sophisticated. The overall strategy is a strategy. It's not a state-by-state plan. That's what we're doing individually with the states.
But it's not just Senator Murray who's had this kind of criticism. You even had one of the president's strongest allies, former Governor Chris Christie of New Jersey, say that the White House has to order, the president has to order the use of the Defense Production Act to fix this supply chain, to make sure every state has what it needs.
You know, I'm in the middle of this. Everyone who's commenting is really on the periphery of it. Let me tell you the ground truth. The ground truth is, from most circumstances, the DPA is not necessary because there is maximum production. All the industries are working together. On the supply chain related to testing, there will be a DPA action today, but it's not one of the forceful DPA actions. It's a hand up. It's an investment in American industry that will greatly expand the testing we need, some of the testing supplies, so that particularly by fall, when we may have COVID circulating with influenza and need drastically more tests than we have now, we'll have the supplies that we need. But the DPA has been used selectively when it's necessary, but in most regards, certainly regarding testing, it's really unnecessary. But the hand up, you will see, will be implemented as necessary.
And I guess one of the big questions is that hand up going to be enough? I know you've seen this report from the experts at Harvard who say that we're going to need to really open the economy. To get started, we're going to need to be testing 5 million people a day in June, up to 20 million in July, and that the guidelines you've laid out can't get us anywhere near that.
So we don't believe those estimates are really accurate, nor are they reasonable in our society. What we're talking about, the 2% number, let's just put that in context. 2% per month is almost double the per capita rate that South Korea has achieved over the last 4 months accumulated. This is a massive amount of tests. And in many states, we're going to be doing 4%, 6%, 8% according to the state guidelines. We know for a fact that we can supply those states with the full supply chain, the swabs, the media, the testing capability to achieve those goals. And remember, particularly in the summer, it's not just about tests because we can look at syndromes. There is no influenza circulating in the summer. So when someone comes in with an influenza-like illness through the ILI network that is nationwide, we'll have a good idea that that person is likely COVID infected and can surge to that area. So tests are absolutely important. They're critical. They will be expanded dramatically as we reopen, but it's not the only tool we have in the toolbox.
I know you're also working to dramatically expand the antibody test. Are you satisfied now with the quality of the tests that are going to be going out in the states?
So as we've stated many times, particularly the point-of-care antibody test could be fraught with inaccuracies. And that is why the National Cancer Institute, along with the FDA and the CDC, are really running the full panels of these tests against what we believe is a gold standard. You'll be seeing some of those results really soon. Many tests are just not up to par, and some seem to be performing very, very well. And that's very, very important. And it actually took a whole appendix in the blueprint we talked about yesterday about why having a very highly specific test particularly for an antibody, to talk about immunity is really critically important. So you'll be seeing those results very soon.
Admiral Giroir, thanks very much for your time this morning.
You're welcome.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.